Ready? Okay, we'll call this meeting to order at 5:02, according to my clock. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call?
Chairman Gilbert, absent. Vice Chair Hartless,
Here.
Member Mealy,
Here.
Member Bailey,
Here.
Member Com,
Here.
Member Penn, absent. Member Gonzalez.
Here.
Okay, and we have no call to the public. Librarians report.
Okay. All right, let me get this bad boy up here.
So, we'll start off with circulation statistics. Total circulation is up by a little bit, but considering the fact that it's been down in the last few months, we're pretty proud of that little bit of growth. Libby is still rising high. And then we finally have Canopy numbers to compare to. So Canopy launched last August. So as you can see there, we had a lot of visits whenever it first took off versus now we have, I want to say on average, I think we have about 200 to 400 visits a month. So that's about where we're averaging out right now. And that's what we'll see moving forward. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to stop me. I'm just gonna
Is
zoom
that,
through.
like okay, so Joanna, I totally forgot about the Canopy app and I have it. And so she was showing me last night and I did not realize like how much is on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, this movie's on here. Oh my God, I want to see this movie. So I'm going to start like using it more. But when you're saying that that's the visits, is that just anybody just going into the app or is that like people actually watching stuff?
So it's people who are going in and they're just individual visits.
Okay.
So that's what we're tracking there. If you guys would rather me track plays, I can tell you how many things are being watched, but this is more so like
No,
how many
that's-
times it's visited.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Versus people watching things.
But yeah, I think to like, you guys should maybe promote that like a little bit more again to
Yeah.
get more at least visits. Like I said, because I didn't even realize how much was on there, and I was like, wow.
We did,
You guys
whenever
all
we
should
rolled
check
it
it
out,
out.
we did a video on it, but we've talked about since this month is library card sign up month, posting throughout the month. I think next week or at the end of this week, we wanted to do a video highlighting some of our lesser used resources. So like Canopy, EBSCO we utilize or we have available for patrons. We have the Pronunciator app on our website where you can learn new languages for free. If you're inside of the library, you can utilize the library version of Ancestry.com. There are a ton of things that we provide that are free that people just don't, like we tell them about them whenever you get a library card and then it's gone. So we're trying to find ways to not overwhelm people with information, but also to, promote what we do have.
Maybe a sign up, like a sign that tells everything that you guys.
We did have one at one point. We took it down because we needed to update it because there were things that we didn't provide anymore or we added more things. So that is something else that's in the works. We just need to make it and print it now that we have our own poster printer.
Or even just like weekly putting it on Facebook or monthly putting it on Facebook. So
Yeah.
that people would
That's a good idea.
remember.
Yeah, to add on to that, I was going to say, like, if you do that video highlighting the unused or lesser used resources, maybe do like a poll, whatever, again, what Facebook allows, and then kind of based off of like maybe what the highest response is, do a follow-up video explaining how to sign up and kind of what's in that app. Because just
Yeah.
like how she said, she never really used Canopy and went in there and was like, oh, lots of items. So
Yeah.
maybe that would kind of help usage go up a little bit.
That would be great. That's a good idea. Thank you, guys. Library statistics, our new patrons are down, but honestly, that varies year to year. Just depends on who's coming in, new families, all that jazz. Computer usage has been trending down all year last year, and it's still there as it is. I think more so what you're seeing in that drop is that people aren't staying as long. So for each of those computer usages, it's one 45-minute slot. So if somebody stays for two 45-minute slots, that counts as 2 usages. So I don't think people are staying as long. They're coming in, using the computer for what they need to use it for, and leaving. Whereas in the past, we would have people come in and log into their Netflix or into Canopy and sit and watch movies and things like that, but they aren't really doing that anymore. Study room usage is down, and again, I think that's from our program room being open for people to be able to utilize that space instead of having to reserve a small space, as well as having the table set up in the Macquarie room, in the Macquarie collection. We have somebody sitting at that table almost every day, if not multiple people throughout the day. So I think having that space in the back for people has been really helpful. New materials have shot up, as many of you know, may not know. Mr. Penn is leaving. He's moving with his family, so he's been donating a ton of books, and we're super grateful. They're all wonderful titles, so whatever we have not been keeping and cataloging, we've given to our friends group. So you'll see our new materials jump up in the next coming months as well. References are trending the same as they have been, and there's a little bit of a jump there from last year. Revenue, our current year has grown to a line instead of just a dot from last month. It's still higher than last year, but it is dropped from last month. But yeah, that's where we are currently, and we're still happy to have increased it even where it is. So
Can you remember what the spikes are from last year? Like what caused the spikes?
from last year,
Mm-hmm.
go back.
September, February book sales?
No, because we don't.
That goes to the Friends.
That's the Friends, yeah. I don't remember. I know I have notes. I'd have to go back and look, or see what was happening. I know February is Library Lovers Month, so it could be that we were promoting that, and then people were coming in to utilize the library. Also, anything around like elections and things of that nature, we tend to see a spike because people will come in and print their promotional materials. Yeah, that's kind of what I see there, but I don't know what the spikes were. And it also just depends. Sometimes around February and March, like if there's races in town, the racers will come in and print stuff off, and things like that. Most of our revenue is brought in from printing.
Have you seen, like, since you brought out the merch, have you seen like a,
Not a huge spike. I think that whenever our winter visitors come back, we'll see it more.
Okay,
They're
true.
more our like devoted group, and I think that they'll get a kick out of some of our stuff that we have. We have seen a lot more people purchasing new cards, though, so I think rolling out the new cards has been helpful as well. August programs for 0 to 5. We've implemented Club Kindy. Most of those kiddos are still 5, so that's why it's in that group instead of moving up into the next group. And then music and movement, we've had most, if not all, Wednesdays in August. It looks like we missed one of them. But yeah, so music and movement is fun. I think we're looking into doing a bilingual version of that. Cough, cough, yeah. And we're excited to see where that goes. All age programming, we did a couple things. The poster making was fun, and I think that's something that Joanna wants to keep moving forward. So before we have a home game, we'll pull out all of our poster making supplies, and kids of all ages really can come in and make posters to take to the football game or volleyball or really whatever. We've talked about expanding it to volleyball as well. 18 plus. We had our book clubs. Cassie did plant charms, and then we did have an author visit. Book club just from last month to this month has grown, so I'm really excited about that. We have a few new members in our Just Book Club and Forbidden Shelf, and we'll look at their books moving forward. We have Chips and Salsa tonight, so that's exciting. Our 6 to 11-year-old age group is our biggest age group. And that's where most of our programming lies. We have Nature Rangers, Study Guild, and Fable Makers that run weekly. So every other Tuesday is Fable Makers. The opposite Tuesday is Nature Rangers. And then Study Guild is Wednesdays and Thursdays whenever the program room is available. So for example, this week, we don't have anything in that room because of the 9/11 exhibit. And then our teen programming, we did have a few teens show up for Study Guild, so that's why they're in that age group, or why that program is in that age group. And then they did button making, and with Tab starting back up next month, which is our teen advisory board, I think that we'll see more programming happening as well. For outreach, we went to ELA to do story time, Tiny Cactus to do story time. Brooklyn went to AWC twice and plans to continue going there twice a month. Our pop-up story times, we went to Blake, Wallace, Parker High School, and Wallace Junior High. Tomorrow we will be going to La Pera, so we're excited to head back down that way. It didn't work out last month because it landed on like the first week of school, and that is not the best time to go visit a school if you've been to a school during the first week of school. Yep. So these are our book club books currently. Chips and Salsa is reading or has read Kiss of the Basilisk. Our new Forbidden Shelf book club is The House on Mango Street. And then our Just Book Club book is Harvesting the Heart by Jodi Picoult. So that's what we're reading currently. Beanstack. So I'm so excited. From last August to this August, our growth has been big, and I think it's mainly due to the Pages for Pies. We did have a lot of readers for that, and I know Anthony at La Piazza was stoked. One time that Cassie went over, he was like showing off all the tickets and stuff. It was cute. But our adult readers are utilizing it a lot more than we had anticipated, especially since it's more geared toward kids with the prizes and all of that. But I think our adults are using it as a way to track what they're reading. But yeah. And then we have a couple challenges that are just for adults. So I think that that's a good incentive as well. And this is where the minutes are. So those are the minutes that have been read this month versus last year in the same month. As you can see, our 0 to 5 age group and our 11 to 17 age group didn't have any reading minutes last year, where our adults and our 6 to 10-year-old age group had just 110. So those numbers have jumped up as well. I'm really excited about the 0 to 5 group because you know that those are parents reading to their kids, so that then we know that kids are being read to. All right, moving into fall programming. A couple highlights. Our teen group is doing book bedazzling, so they can bring in their book and we'll have all of the gems and glue and all of that jazz to bedazzle their favorite books. Our 9/11 memorial and exhibit is currently happening, and then at the end of the month we are doing a Twilight 20th anniversary watch party. The book Twilight was released 20 years ago on September 30th, and we're gonna watch the movie and make Team Edward and Team Jacob bracelets and do all of the things that we did whenever the movies and the books first came out. So we're excited to do that.
Is
There-
that for all ages?
All ages.
So on the book bedazzling, because when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that sounds fun. And then I was like, oh, 6th, 12th grade, I'm like an adult. So, but you should do that for an adult. So adults
Yes.
too, maybe.
We've had a couple adults ask about it. We'll see how it goes with the teens and then go from there. But yeah, I'll mention that to Cassie.
I was like, oh, that sounds so much fun.
Yeah, it looks like fun. So there's September. It's hard to read where you are, but if you go to our website, it has the full calendar. It has the days that will be at the different schools or on campus at AWC. It has our friends' book sales on there. There is, I believe, a book sale this weekend. I'm not positive. I'll have to go back and look. But yeah, our calendar's pretty packed for the time being. There's a lot of things going on. We have multiple programs a day a lot of the time. Miss La Paz County will be in or at the library tomorrow to read. So if you have littles, bring them by. Or if you just want to listen to her read, come on by. Our teen advisory board starts up this week. Yeah, it's just a busy month, and it continues to stay busy as we go into October.
What is that one for? I'm sorry.
You're okay.
The 25th Giant Game Night, is that what that says?
Yes, so it's all of our giant like lawn games. We're gonna pull them
okay.
all out. So we have Giant Jenga, Giant Guess Who, Giant Checkers, Giant Chess, Giant Connect 4, We have Giant Twister, but we haven't decided if we're going to pull that one out because that one is giant. It takes up our whole program room. But yeah, we have lots of giant games, and it's like a family night, but individuals can come as well.
Okay.
And then October, the week from October 5th to the 11th is Banned Book Week. So we'll have a bunch of materials on banned and challenged books in the library that week. And then the Friends of the Library Week is the 19th through the 25th. And I'm still waiting to hear if they wanted to do anything in the library, but we'd like to celebrate them. So you'll see posts on Facebook during that week. And then just our normal programming happening throughout that month. We're going to end the month with it's cut off, but a 70s murder mystery night for adults. It's a super fun one. It's probably my favorite murder mystery that we have, and we've only done it once, so I'm excited to bring it back. We have a giant disco ball, so we need to use it, obviously. And then November, yeah, we have, really it's just the same programming every month with a couple twists and changes. We're closed on the 11th for Veterans Day. We're closed on the 27th for Thanksgiving. And then it's just our normal programming. Any questions, ideas?
On the, like, when you do like the events like the paint night or the murder mystery night,
Yeah.
because that one's in October, do you start taking signups like now, or do you wait till like October 1st to start taking signups for those? Because I know they generally fill up fast too sometimes.
Yeah, so we try and post them at the beginning of the month. I know that our paint night that's for next week is available for signups now. And I believe we're doing like a fall themed paint, and you can choose what your center is. I don't have a picture of it right now, but it's on our Facebook, I believe. But it looks cute. And then we try not to roll it out too soon, especially whenever we get into December with the Grinch and Santa. They fill up really fast. And then what happens is they'll go see Santa somewhere else, and then they don't come. And then we have all of these spots that were saved that other people could have had that are then not used. So we try and keep it as close to the date as possible. And for the most part with our adult programming, they don't fill up unless it's a murder mystery. So. And that's pretty much it. That's what we ask our friends for to help us with. And they agreed to sponsor our Red Ribbon Week book giveaways and the half of the Library Speakers Consortium annual fee. And then they asked us to come back closer to the dates for those two other things for funding then. So since they agreed to do the half of the Library Speakers Consortium, we will be moving forward with that. And that was the program that Cassie had come in to speak about with the different authors and scientists and specialists that would do virtual visits. So yeah, that's all I have.
Question. So I think I kind of asked you this before in the library, but for the Friends of the Library, they fundraise this just through their book sales?
Their book sales, and then they have a couple other ideas that they're working on. They've done a couple raffles, a rummage sale, and they're working on revamping their fundraising. So not just book sales, but to expand. They've
Okay.
done like mystery books, like Blind Date with a Book. And I know that they're working on kid versions of those, which are really cute, as well as like cozy ones that have like socks and face masks that are paired up with books. So it's pretty exciting. I love what they're working with right now. And if you are out and about on October 18th, the community center is doing an indoor swap meet, and our friends will be there selling some of those items.
Nice. Okay. Awesome. So, and then when you ask them for this, like these dollar amounts, are they able to?
For the most
give-
part, yes. We have been really lucky this year with our board as it is. They're a board that's willing and ready to help the library. It's not always that way, depending on their funding or how their book sales have been, or if they have their own projects that they want to work on. So typically, they every year do the Red Ribbon Week giveaway. Last year, they sponsored either I think they did Alexander the Great, who is a magician, and then they did donate to our summer reading program as well. So those were the things that they contributed to last year, as well as at the end of last year, last fiscal year, they donated a chunk of money so that we could buy new books because we were on that freeze. So they have been very helpful. So if you're looking for new books or looking for somewhere to donate, definitely check out our friends group.
If they've offered now to pay for half of that speakers, I can't say that word, annual fee, consortium, annual fee, when is that going to then roll out?
We have to go through with getting all of the contracts squared away, and then they will finalize our site and then all of that. So I'm not positive yet. It kind of just depends on the lawyer.
Okay.
But Read Across America Week, pretty excited. We want to do a couple different, or we want to add in new things. I know on Monday, Crit is doing their normal Dr. Seuss's birthday, so we'll try and do something there with them, or just something small at the library that people can come and get on their way home. But we'd like to bring Wildman Phil back. We'd like to bring back the Magician, and then we're really wanting to bring some princesses in to do like a princess story time. I know we've looked into a couple different ones in Phoenix. We're trying to find one that's willing to travel down here. And a lot of times they do like face painting and balloon twisting, and they'll do stories and dancing and stuff with the kids too. So
What about like the pageant princesses?
yes, well, and like we're doing a story
Have that
time
one
with
with-
them. It's just a little bit more magical when it's a princess that you've seen on TV, you know? And it's pretty cool. They do a really good job. The princesses look really good on their sites, and the videos that they have are really nice too. They have good
Have like
reviews.
what they're like professional princesses. Okay, gotcha.
What
It's not
about-
us dressing up.
What a fun job, huh? A professional princess.
Do that.
Wouldn't that be the ultimate job?
Would be so fun.
That was my dream job before librarian. I wanted to be Snow White.
What about any performing arts programs in Havasu?
Havasu?
If, like the theater there?
We have taken kids up there before for programs, but they've never come down this way. But that would be something that would be cool. I think it'd be really nice if they could
Something to
come down and
look
do like
into.
a,
Just did like a Moana, I think, this summer. So
yeah, maybe one of their people can
something
compete.
cheaper, kind of,
Yeah,
not having to go to Phoenix.
that makes sense.
Or even, I don't know who's running the program at the high school nowadays, but like
Oh, yeah.
if they're ever doing a child-friendly, kid-appropriate thing, they might appreciate an extra dress rehearsal.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Zach, do you want to
or-
dress up as a princess?
I think it's
Just kidding.
No, he was already our potato farmer and our knight.
A lot of things at the library.
He was a lot of
Princess
things.
is not on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like Wild Man Phil, and that's a different charge other than the 500?
Yes, so Wildman Phil was 500. Alexander the Great, I believe, last year was 300. And then the Disney visits that we've looked into so far, this is without travel costs. I'm assuming that we would have to pay for travel costs. It was like $300 for 3 princesses to come.
Almost seems like a bargain.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I was thinking like a
yeah.
grand,
I was thinking like 500 per
Yeah,
princess or
yeah,
something. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
they have like good package deals, I guess, where if you bring in like Anna and Elsa, or like you can pick which ones you
That's
want.
awesome.
So yeah. They
when
also have
are-
superheroes, but they don't look as cool.
Well,
Yeah.
When are these weeks? Do you know the dates
so
for these?
Read Across America Week is the
First of March.
it is the first week in March. So it kicks off with Dr. Seuss's birthday on the 2nd. That's Read Across America Day. And then we wanted to do something every day that week. So last year we just did the Magician and Magician and Wildman Phil. And they were both pretty well attended. They were really fun. The kids love Wildman Phil. I love whenever he throws things into the crowd and the grown men run away. It's hilarious.
Is that on your website?
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
He throws bugs.
They're fake. So he goes to
Oh.
pull out like a spider and he'll throw.
I was like, well,
a
I
fake
don't know.
one into
I'd
the
run
crowd.
away
I
probably
would.
too.
Or like
so.
a snake. It's just he does a really good job. He's really entertaining. He gives a lot of facts about the animals, and he lets the kids like see them up close, which is something that our whole goal is to bring to the kids what they don't necessarily always have access to. So a lot of kids don't get to go to Disney. They don't get to go to the zoo. When's the last time they saw a magician? So we're trying to bring things to our community that we don't already have.
The Science Center has outreach programs too.
They do. It's hard to get them out here. They did a program. I think they did a program last year with like Legos with us. That was from the Science Center, I believe. But they also have to have the funding for it too. But that is something we can look into. So yeah, if y'all have ideas, we're brainstorming at this point for Read Across America Week. That's where our heads are. Yeah, and that's all I have. I think.
Okay, does anybody else have any further questions?
Oh, do we have anything on there for the Xeriscape at all? No? Oh, I meant. You can do that under your update. No. Okay, well, really quick, before we move on, that pack of pictures that I have up there, that is the proposed plan for our Xeriscape. Our Public Works director went and physically knocked on their door to get them to give us a quote because we could not get one. So that is their proposed plan currently. Also within that plan, we're looking into getting a story walk built into that. We just need to find funding for that as well. And along the walkways that are already there, which everything is ADA compliant, the crushed granite will be like wetted down, so it'll be flat, easy to roll over. And then in front of like the trees and things, the different plants that are native to Arizona, there'll be plaques on like rocks that are carved into stone versus like little plaques on the ground throughout the walkways as well. And then the planters that the trees are in are raised to a point where they can be seating. So you don't have to worry about like benches or anything. So that's the plan currently. And it's just a mock-up that they gave us, but we're excited. And I wanted to share it with you guys because it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
It's like I finally have an update.
Time frame.
No,
Nope.
hopefully soon. And it's the front of the library and both of the sides. So all of that will be getting a facelift. And it looks really good. We're happy with it.
I have a question. So would all the stuff that's kind of there near the garden disappear or like,
So everything in the garden is going to stay. The
Mhm.
garden stays as it is, but anything outside, so those big dirt lots, that's where those are going to be. And then what's in front will get torn out. One of the yellow bell trees that is in the front, we are asking our Public Works Department to move it into our garden. So where the raised brick bed is, we're taking that out because it's not safe, to be frank. It's not glued down, so it's not the best thing to have out there where we have kids running around. So we're going to remove that, and then we've applied for permanent seating for the garden. And then we are wanting to put the yellow bell out there to add a little bit more shade in the garden. And we love the yellow bells, and we have people that come and take her flowers all the time because they're so beautiful.
yeah, right there.
Okay. Anybody else have any further questions? Thank you, Phoenix. And old business was just fall programming, which she already went over in the librarian's report. Does anybody have anything to add to that? Okay. New business, discuss an action to approve or deny the minute meetings of August 11th, 2025. Has everybody had a chance to look those over?
Yes.
Anybody have any questions or anything to add or correct on those? So if anybody wants to make a motion,
I'll make a motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed to that? Okay. And discussion, an action to approve or deny Member Penn's resignation from the advisory board. It's on the back page there. It's just a little memo that Phoenix has provided that he is going to be moving and he regrettably needs to resign from the library advisory board. We thank him for his dedicated service on the board and for his avid support of libraries and literacy and wish him the best on his new endeavors. We will miss you, Mr. Penn. Anybody would like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed to that? Okay. And then any future topics anybody would like to discuss at a future meeting? The only thing I have is next meeting, well, like, it's not really future topic. Do we have a next meeting?
So we need to discuss that. The next meeting falls on a holiday. So we will be closed and I will not be here. So do we want to reschedule it to a different day or just not meet next month?
I feel like if there's no pressing issues, it's not gonna hurt to skip a month.
I can send you guys like the librarian's report for the month.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Will that work?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay,
Okay.
beautiful.
So no meeting in October, and we will meet again then November 10th. You'll be open then, because you're closed Veterans Day, which is the 11th, but,
Correct.
okay.
Mhm.
So we will not meet again until November 10th.
That's what it was. It was
Okay.
back to back last time.
If nothing further, meeting is adjourned at